Alright guys, little shop update video for you here. Been busy doing some PEX plumbing in the house and a few other things with the bathroom remodel. But I was up in the attic doing some, like I said, plumbing, and I noticed I got some stuff up there. And a long time ago, before I even built the shop that you see me do my videos in now, when I first moved to Charlotte, I had a Bridgeport head, a J head, that I moved from Buffalo into my house. It was off the mill. The mill's over there. And I put it up in, well, first it came down and I kind of had a whole bunch of stuff in my spare bedroom, and then once I got using stuff, I didn't have the shop built, and I needed some place to put the Bridgeport head where it wouldn't get rusty and da-da-da-da. So I stuck it up in the attic. I carried it up the attic stairs. It's like this pull-down ladder, and I had it up there for 12 years, 13 years, something like that. Anyhow, I decided I needed to get it down and bring it in the shop and put it back on the Bridgeport. I had previously, up in Buffalo, taken the head completely apart, taken every single piece out of that Bridgeport head, cleaned everything, fixed a few items, replaced a few items, painted it while it was all apart, the bare casting, and put it together. I had the motor off of it, and I have the belt section where there's the back gear and everything off of it. But it was up there. So let me take you and show you the head, and I'm trying to make some progress on it and reunite it with the machine base. So let me grab your handheld and let's go. All right. First of all, let me take you and show you the head, the pieces. So it's got a Fairbanks Morris pancake motor. Had some hunter green or forest green or something. That's a 1-horse motor. Let me give you a little. It's a lot shorter than a regular motor. Let me see here. You probably can't see it, doesn't matter. 1 horse, da 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 da, 3-phase, blah 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 blah. Neat motor. You can adjust the air gap to 0 almost. The magnetic clearance very tight. So they're quite efficient. But I had taken this apart, cleaned the windings and mineral spirits, and re-greased the bearings and painted the cover. Beautiful motor. Beautiful motor. Fairbanks Morris pancake motor. Box of stuff. I mean, you know, I'm not going to get too into it. The belt for the back gear and the shaft and the reversing switch and the pulley. Those are the brake pads, and just screws and bolts and da 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 da. So, all right, that's, I guess I'm going to call it the back gear, the belt cover. And that's down to the aluminum, all cleaned up with nothing in it. That's a bearing cartridge that goes in there, I think, and this is the actual back gear assembly. It's not even screwed together. It's not this bearing. There's a bearing in the bottom that was a bit loose. And when I went through all this, I was just like a week or two before I moved. I needed to get it put together, so I put it together, and I knew the bearing was bad. So I'm not gonna, you know, it's not together. It's, you know, So I got to replace both them bearings and, you know, get everything back together. So that's those pieces. I got the head actually put on the machine. So let me take you over. Ugh. See, I got so much stuff. Man trap. Okay, so this Bridgeport, I got the table all the way up. It's sad looking machine. A little bit greasy on the bottom, paint's coming off. Mouse was living in the knee, got him out. Bastard. Anyhow, you can see the ram and the turret is painted silver. That's silver Rust-Oleum. Maybe it's that aluminum Rust-Oleum, but anyways, I cleaned that before I left Buffalo. I stripped it down to bare metal, cleaned it, and all the, I can't show you really. The dovetail slides for the ram, front, back, I had the whole ram off, actually. I had the whole ram off, and it's all clean and rust-free and oiled up. So this moves the ram. I'm not going to do it now. These are like little spreaders that spread the casting and lock everything. That was all taken out, cleaned, and lubricated. I put grease on them. I think these are Acme thread inside. But anyhow, this was all, got my Lucas Motor Honey. I love that stuff. I keep saying Motor Honey. It's called Oil Stabilizer. It's as thick as honey. I think people know what I'm talking about when I say Lucas or STP Motor Honey. But anyhow, so that I cleaned up, and that's as far as I got. Everything going down. The paint's coming off. So I need to go with the needle scaler and get this all tidied up. The table's a bit rusty. I'm going to wire wheel that down. We're working at some of the bright stuff with Scotch-Brite, maroon Scotch-Brite. Great stuff. Anyhow, let me kind of go back. You can see I got the bright work all polished with the Scotch-Brite. You know, I know it's glare from the lights. And this bright work too, all the graduations. Original handle, how cool is that? Anyhow, back you up. So there it is, part of the head. And like I said, I cleaned it all and repainted it in Buffalo. One of the items, when I got the machine, this was broken, and I made a new one. It's kind of supposed to look like that, right? And this one's a bit longer, and I made it out of aluminum. I did that a long time ago, like 15 years ago I made that for the feed selection and everything. What else did I do? Oh, you might be looking, oh, the digital Quill. I had this head on the little baby closing over there, and I drilled this hole and indicated it parallel, you know, I indicated these surfaces and the offset, and I drilled that hole and tapped it, and I drilled this hole and tapped it. I think that's probably 1032 or 1024. But they give you brackets with this kit, and they suck. It's just so cumbersome. And this readout actually is centered over here, and there's like a little expansion thing that goes in that socket hole. And yeah, I don't know. It was kind of hokey the way the factory mounting. I don't know if they clamped on. I don't know. But I made these brackets. I drilled these holes in the Bridgeport casting, and I got these brackets up here. And that really is a little bit better than than what the factory had, and everything's just perfectly, you know, laid out straight up and down, and got the factory little, I don't know what those are, probably 440s that this clamps on. But this is a real deal. Meditoyo Quill readout. So now this is interesting. There's a plate of aluminum I bolted to the back, and this other little aluminum block, I've got some little set screws in there, or socket head screws. Those are probably 440. To attach that to the plate. And then this has, I milled a little flat on this. Let me go around the side here. All right, okay. So this black anodized plate, 4 screws there, and those 2 Allen screws on the side, both the aluminum cube here to the black anodized plate. And then, I don't know if you can see it, that, the light sucks down there. Anyways, the piece that moves with the quill, I milled a slot in it, I think this is 3/8 or something, to positively locate that. I mean, it's a 1/1000 slip fit, line for line fit. And then I got 2, again, those are probably 632 or something, or 540 screws in there. So that's rigidly attached to the quill. And let me run it down. You can see how the whole, there you go, the whole shooting match is attached. That little aluminum block attached to the plate on the back of the digital readout there, and then I milled a slot in the round piece that's attached for the depth stop, and got those drilled and tapped screw holes in there. So that's how that works. And oops. So that's and when you do that, you get this little. I think a few people make these called the educated nut. You can push the button, and it moves. You find it just as you can spin it, and then you push it, and it moves. And this is a whole lot better than having this directly slap in front of it. I just offset it to the side and made my custom brackets for that reason, because a lot of guys that do this with the factory Meditoyo bracket, you know, it's almost mandatory to use this quick nut, and it's still, I couldn't imagine you'd be kind of, let's make believe doing this little dance around it. It would suck. It would be totally suck. Anyhow, so that's a little bit of that. All the power feed and everything is redone. Everything's lubricated. Works great. Got the head. Let me see here. That's what's down there. All that stuff, everything was taken apart and cleaned. All them gears was taken off, cleaned, checked out, scrutinized. So I'm happy that this, back you up, is on here. It's got these 2 longer hex nuts on that side, and it's got 2 regular hex nuts on that side. Probably good to get you away, your wrench away from all this spooka, whatever's going on there. Oh, I got the number plate, 1 through 5 inches for the depth. I got to put that on, and I got to put on the there's a number plate for angle that goes, a C-shaped thing goes there. This is kind of cool. Most times the quill lock is in the front. I put it in the back because gravity pulls it down, right? And you push it up to lock it, and gravity pulls it down. If you do it in the front, gravity pulls it down to lock it, and it drags. So these brass things are called cotters, like a cotter pin. They're called cotters. That cotter's threaded, and the other cotter is got a through hole. And you just flip the cotters around. Oop, got oil on me. But you know, just flip the cotters around, and you can just put it on the back, and that's locked. So gravity unlocks it instead of locking it. This head happens to have the hole for the chip shield or dial indicator, whatever you want to call it. This is an older model. This is a 1962 by the numbers, right? You look up the number, and it's equates to being built in 1962. And if you want to look too, it's not the same number as the serial number on the knee. And I was told those don't always match. This is 64. Oh, and that was 55. I don't know. They should be close. Anyhow, so see that says 12 BR. The 12 means it's a 12-inch travel on the Y. You know, the ways go. There's a 12-inch knee way and a 9-inch. So yeah, you got try to stop moving. It looks like 2 BR, but it's 12 BR. Yeah, the 1 is there, but trust me, it's 12-inch travel, Bridgeport knee, and there's the serial. It's interesting here. What is it? Here's a number too, number as well. 29.800. I don't know what the heck that is. If Bridgeport put it on or what. But anyways, this moves fairly well. I've been running it back and forth. Now let me show you. It's got the Tie-Bond chrome ways, and the frosting, the flaking is about worn away in some areas, right? And that's not rust, it's just the color of what the heck is. And I gotta clean up the wipers. So there you go. They're worn, not to the point of having a huge ridge over here. I've seen some that were bad. Underneath the dovetail, see where I'm running my finger underneath there? That's what counts. And I don't think these are too bad. I can still see the scraping. Same with this side. I've been running automatic transmission fluid trying to flush this. Yeah, see, that's clean. And like I said, they're all worn pretty smooth, and they don't get excessively tight on the ends. They get a little tight, but not too bad. The table's nasty dirty. It's rusty. But I'm going to clean that up. You know, you're going to laugh. But this is a fine, not a medium, but a fine wire wheel. And just, I'm going to clean the table up with that. And just light pressure. I've been fairly successful with that. Now, I wouldn't do that to ways at all. Bad idea. Don't do that. But that table is pretty gross. Pretty gross. Anyhow, little things like the lock for the table. It's got Allen wrench welded into the head. That's wrong. It should look like this, right? Like a little bat handle. That's the lock for the Y. So that's good. A little bit of rusty crank there. I've been cleaning up this crank a bit. This crank I stole for the Rockford planer, so I need another one. Anyhow, oh, the knee lock is a bolt. That's easy to fix. I might have a handle for that. It's got the Doozer pump and lube. Push the lever and it lubes. So that's kind of neat. I don't think that any of the some of them might be working. I don't know. The metering units should be cleaned. I say there's the side, everything. Man, this is a really clean head after I went through it, but it's been sitting for 15 years. I had it covered in a plastic bag. You know, spindles at the bottom, probably, you know, regular. I gotta clean that a little. I bought this mill in Buffalo, New York from a place called Voland Electric on Niagara Street, and I don't even know what I paid for it. I probably paid 800 bucks for it, maybe. I don't know. But that's the head. I just wanted to show you guys. It was without a head for 15 years, dragged it all around. Finally want to get some use out of it. Yeah. Let me back you up even more, because it sits next to the Gorton. The Gorton Mighty, there's the motor, the Mighty 9J. So this also has an adapter sleeve, so it'll take R8 collets. I think the native taper is Morse taper 10. This machine is in fabulous condition. This thing is really, it's a war baby, so 1943, 42. I had the whole thing apart, all the gears out, and the scraping is perfect. This thing got very little use. And I put new leather way covers on it. Leather is a great material for way covers, right? Let me zip you around here. The greasy Van Norman 22 LU, the sort of greasy Clearman drill press, and this is my go-to mill just because it's the only one currently with a readout. That's a Mitutoyo readout. I've got another 2 of these readouts, the kits. So it comes with the head and the scales for the Bridgeport. This is a Bridgeport kit. I cut the scales down to fit the Clausing 8520. So I ended up cutting these down and re-machining, milling them, whatever. But this is it's just a simple readout. And it doesn't do any functions other than 0, and that's all I need. I can cut numbers in half, and I don't need fancy schmancy. But I mean, I've been using this mill all the time because it's just handy. 5-inch vise. I cut the this is the coolant trough. I cut it off flush with the back, so I have the full amount of Y travel. And then, of course, you know, the readout for the Y is down there. It doesn't matter. Anyhow, this video was about the Bridgeport and just, you know, getting it put back on. So, anyhow, just want to give you a quick update what I've been working on here in the shop, and the Bridgeport resurrection it's happening slowly. Till next time, this is Doozer Shop.